Hmm. Oh, okay. Get back. Uh, where's it? What is going on with this weather? Nice. Whew. So I did my first like planned landing. Usually it's like, oh, I just fly until it says bingo, and then I come in for a landing. This time I got up there on the free flight mode, and I really just um did a free flight, and I knew at the end I was gonna go ahead and land. So came out there, man. This feels like hair or something, like a tail, and I'm over here. But I went out, dropped some bombs over there on that mountain range, uh, right there in front. Um, and then after I dropped my bombs, because I just noticed like a random target designated waypoint out here, so I was like, oh, okay, cool, a place to practice my bombs. And it was pretty crazy. It was a pretty good practice spot because it was right there, right up on the peak of one of these spots on the ridge, and you can't see the smoke anymore. It looks like, which is all right. And then after I dropped my bombs, I just entered the circle, checked fuel. How much fuel did I have? Hmm, that's only fuel flow. Forgot how to check the actual. Was that it? Yeah, yeah, that is it. So I had like little under 4,000 pounds. Yeah, I had quite a bit of fuel still to land with. Yeah, I'm just going through the menus and trying to figure out setting up tack in navigation and um got the autopilot on. I'm just doing donuts over this airport because it was, see, I'm pointing like people would know what I'm even, well, like I know what I'm pointing at, like I'm inside this cockpit. It's freaking me out how immersive this is sometimes. But I was gonna land there, but I got on the map and I found Nellis, and I was just like, how about a name I can remember so that when I pull it up in the comms, like it's really easy to, pull it up again. I was like, oh, Nellis. I've heard of Nellis, yada yada. People go train there. People go to become pilots there. Okay, yeah, yeah. I'll keep cycling through air to air and air to ground, trying to figure out how to punch off the fuel tanks. I can't figure it out. I'm gonna have to look in a manual or find a tutorial, which no biggie. I should be doing that now. It's just new computer, new files. I just gotta re-download it and all that, which it should download quick as hell as opposed to my other computer. Yep, turn off autopilot, leveled out, because I was like, all right, I'm ready to land. It handled so sluggishly with the tanks on there. No fun.
Colt 1-1. Request navigation assistance. Colt 1-1. ADS, you're heading forward 9.
What's significant about this landing and the reason I'm recording it is because, along with it being like my first like planned landing where I was literally like in flight, and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna land at some point. Now's a good time to land since I didn't figure out what I came here to figure out. And I did some other things too. Like I tried flying formation, just being in the fingertip. Of course, with the wrong kind of aircraft to do that with, like a fighter, something smaller, something easier not to hit, something that, you know, when it decides to slow down and get out of your way, you can really tell, as opposed to the really sluggish, slow airliners and AWACS and stuff. Yeah, there's Nellis. So I'm starting my approach. My initial plan was to go ahead and do a straight in. So I was just gonna go off to the right and then come back off the 90. He gave me that. Or no, there it is. Yeah. I don't know why I looked at that one. Because it's an airfield. But when I saw my angle I was coming in at, I was like, this is a good chance to go ahead and try out the overhead pattern. Which I'm sure I jacked it up. Yeah, like my approach was already kind of weird. But I was like, oh, I'm sure I can eyeball it. At about 6,000, I'm like, yeah, I'll drop down to about 5,000 and then make it do what it do. There's my reticle.
Altitude.
Yep. Lining up that approach. Damn. Here. Crazy. Gears should be coming down shortly. Gears are down. I didn't bother trying to trim it because I just haven't figured out how this aircraft works with the trim. Like I could try trimming nose down a whole freaking bunch. And using this little iFlaws, I think is what it was called, indicator, this indicator, to mess with the trim on what I should do, but I think it worked much better to just do throttle control and try and keep the speed there. And I should be turning in right about now. And see how it lines up. Oh wow, this is a really good camera in VR. I just lined up way better than what I thought. Still a bit off. You see me trying to save it. I saw those A-10s coming on the runway and it was just like, why did they clear me?
Altitude.
Not quite ready. He's using that back stick. Ooh, I had no idea I was scraping. just turned out a lot better than I thought. Yeah, I had no idea it was scraping the bottom of the aircraft. Almost. Yeah, and he goes taking off over the top of me.
Taxi to parking area.
Yeah, I was just like, well, they didn't say, hey, go ahead and land, which they never do. Which I was wondering, like, hey, is cleared visual, like, you are cleared to make, like, visual contact? You know, or is that them saying that they see you? Or is that them saying, hey, go ahead and make a visual landing? Like, we're clearing you for the landing. Because that would have been very useful to know. That is weird. I landed and all of a sudden stuff starts coming up on my RWR. But, taxi to the A parking area. And I was like, oh, let me sit and see where I can see if I can go ahead and talk to ground crew and get refueled, get re-outfitted. You know, maybe go up there with some actual missiles and an actual good round count, not 50 rounds. You know, go up there with a decent loadout. But no, that's what I got. Yeah, radio will spring up and I'll look around and be like, oh, no ground crew. Okay, maybe some other time. Park and brake. But that was like not the worst landing ever. Not the worst landing at all. I'm after watching that tutorial on CCIP and CCRP bombing and or not watching, doing that tutorial and executing those exercises, my bombing was like really accurate. Um, as far as ooh, hello. Okay, it's taking me out. Yeah, as far as how accurate I actually was, I wasn't off. I think greater than 1,000 feet. Um, yeah, within 1,000 feet for sure. And then I had two bullseye out of the six that they gave me. The other ones were like 500 feet off, 700 feet, you know, that kind of deal. Like just kind of around. And here, I don't think those other ones are effective, but two of them were dead on, which makes me feel good about the time I spent doing all of that practice. My landing showed me, hey, I am paying attention. I just need to figure out, I need to go back. And I think it's under 200 knots is probably when it's safe to backstick. To max backstick, I just remembered max backstick like that because, um, and pull it like that because I knew I needed to stop like really quick. I was like, I need to stop. I'm running out of runway. I've already got the boards are out and I've made contact, but I'm not down yet. And I'm trying, and the whole time I'm also trying to get nose wheel steering on, so I can go ahead and apply the brake. Which I'm glad the brake stopped me. I was pumping them. It was a pretty good run there. All these people taking off and just shot. Yeah, the boom, boom, boom. And dropped them in pairs. Not bad at all. Not bad at all.